Hey, what up, guys? How's it going? So, today I thought I'd start with a different one. I start with some other concepts. I found the formula book that I was looking for the other day, so I can start working on some of those other things that we were talking about. But today, and this first video, I just wanted to start off with a little bit of a motivational kind of thing, with old Einstein here. And this is from Michio Kaku's book titled "The Physics of the Impossible." It begins, "As I grow older, I begin to realize that although Flash Gordon was the hero and always got the girl, it was the scientist who actually made the TV series work. Without Dr. Zarkov, there would be no rocket ship, no trips to Mongo, no saving Earth. Heroics aside, without science, there is no science fiction. I came to realize that these tales were simply impossible in terms of the science involved, just flights of the imagination. Growing up meant putting away such fantasy. In real life, I was told, one had to abandon the impossible and embrace the practical. However, I concluded that if I was to continue my fascination with the impossible, the key was through the realm of physics. Without a solid background in advanced physics, I would forever be speculating about futuristic technologies without understanding whether or not they were possible. This is the reason why I chose this passage. Because with what I'm doing right now, I find myself in a very similar position, except I'm no Michio Kaku. I am not a person who has a background in the things that I'm criticizing, but I just want to learn about them. I really do think that these people, they're making a few mistakes here. Like they're just too quick with their conclusions. Very often they're not evaluating their biases. They're like they think their biases are well placed. I mean, yesterday I think I was watching a video of this guy, and he basically described. He's like, "Oh no, you'll drink cider, and then you'll but you get tired of cider because it's cheap and it's stupid." And he's basically making it seem like people who entertain certain ideas, no, they just don't know any better. They're just, oh, look at them, shame. And it's like, come on, man. Like that's exactly the kind of you can't even really talk to these people because unless they deem you worthy of them, you can't even really have a conversation with them without them condescending you in some way. It's the brilliance of who they are, I guess. See, this is why those fucking retarded shows like Dexter and House. I've never even fucking watched those shows, but I know the kinds of people who watch that. They're like, "Ooh, he's cool," but he's also like fucked up, Like he's kind of cool because he's so fucked up. And it's like, what is so fascinating about these characters that they're fucking pieces of shit? And like, oh yeah, he's a piece of shit, but he's good at this. That's why Kanye West still has a career. It's this kind of shit. But yeah, let's get back to what Michio Kaku was doing. Because right now he's just throwing out his toys. Yeah, alright. I realized I needed to immerse myself in advanced mathematics and learn theoretical physics. So that is what I did. In high school, for my science fair project, and he just says that he built this thing. And eventually he got to go to the National Science Fair. And at the National Science Fair, he won a scholarship. I don't want to ruin the book, and I also don't know if it's okay to just read massive passages of a book. I think that's technically plagiarism. So um, he says here, I could finally pursue my goal of becoming a theoretical physicist and follow in the footsteps of my role model, Albert Einstein. Today, I receive emails from science fiction writers and screenwriters asking me to help them sharpen their own tales by exploring the limits of the laws of physics. Don't you think that's fascinating? That here we have a person who got where he got because he wanted to explore. People told him things were impossible, and that's why he decided to do it because people said to him that no, this is something that there is no way you will ever be able to achieve this, um, because it's just not feasible. And the way that he tries to pan it out because that's for the next video. But I'll just give you a few hints. There's a little snippet here. Some scientists, she said, speculated that perhaps they were talking about they were looking at a map, and she pointed out that a few continents look like they could be jigsaw puzzles, and speculated that perhaps they were once part of the same vast continent. But that was silly. No force could possibly push two gigantic continents apart. Such thinking was impossible, she concluded. And this is such an interesting phenomena, because in that same video there was a person who left a comment. It was like, oh, we shouldn't be so nice to Graham Hancock anymore, you know? Everyone's been too nice to him. He's just a grifter. He's just a jackass. And I don't even agree with Graham Hancock. Like, you know what's funny, man, is that initial comment I left on that Professor Dave's video, if he knew Graham Hancock's work, what I said to him was so ridiculous, because Graham Hancock also believes like that the fucking white man came to save everybody, because in his theories, all of them go harken back to some kind of a being that has remarkably European traits. Like, I mean, yeah, surprise, surprise there, but that's the way that most of the time you try to point it out to them, they don't see that as being an issue. But that's the truth, man. Like, I don't even agree with Graham Hancock. And an interesting thing is, when I was getting into his work, I was like, this is quite good, almost too good. And then I started to think, why haven't I heard of this guy before? And that's when it hit me, man. I realized that the reason why I had heard of Graham Hancock, but I'd heard of him as the fucking insane guy that thought the world was actually going to end in 2012. So to a certain degree, they have a point. Like, the guys that are his detractors, it's not always. It doesn't seem like he always is 100% about what he's saying. Like, but that's the thing. He is one of the only few people out there who I trust with speculation, because at least he does some bit of research. There are other guys who speculate just like as though they're just riffing, like, it's like, oh shit, dude, like, you need to calm down. It's like that Praveen guy, like, he just walks up to like a temple. Hey guys, doesn't this look like it could be a spaceship? Does it look like it could be a spaceship, a part of a space? It's like, what the fuck, man? How did you get that? Like, what? And then they look at the videos and they go, wow, these people must be so stupid. And it's like, dude, come on, man. Like, how many people actually believe that? But yeah,